What's up, guys? Lord from Africa, aka Rogan Osran, back at you with another video. Been a while since I've done a video talking in the camera, right? But in today's video, I want to talk about why damaged men who love others are weak in 2024. And this has been a topic I've been wanting to get around to for a bit, but let's get into the video. The reason why men who have been damaged who still love other people are weak in 2024 is because you're being used by other people and you literally are aware of it. You are literally poisoning yourself to keep being a doormat for people over and over and again. How many times are you going to stand for people abusing you, taking advantage of your good qualities that you're presenting to people? This is a savage world that we are living in. People do not care about your honor, your good character. People don't care how much chivalry you have if you rush to open the door for old people, women, etc. People don't care about things like that. The only thing people care about is what you look like, the resources you have, the most superficial things that you have, whether that could be like a hobby or something that you practice, but you have to be making monetary gains for it. So it still goes back to resources. So people only care about your superficial looks and your resources. So if we know people only care about that stuff, why are you still trying to love people? Men who are damaged and still try to love people in this day and age are pathetic. You are literally in a loop of suffering. You keep placing trust in your family, your so-called friends, these modern women, and where has it gotten you? You haven't gotten anywhere but belittled, made fun of by people. You've been bullied severely. And you would think that most of us men who've been through all of this nightmarish, horrible crap of a life that we live, right? From elementary school, high school to college, you would think that we would understand at this point that it's no point in loving or care about anyone. Once you are a man that's been labeled as a reject, once you're a guy that's been tortured over and over again, there's no point in you to have trust or love anyone. Your very same parents, your family, that yell and scream at you, that don't support you in anything, that just leave you to your own devices of just suffering and despair, you shouldn't care anything about these people. If anything, the mindset you need to have for modern women, your family, which most likely you're not close with them, or you wouldn't be on a Black Pill Doomer video like this, right? So, if all these people in your life aren't giving you anything, you should always have the mindset of, if I had the chance to have all of the wealth and fortune of the world, I would give my family up and everyone around me in a heartbeat. Because most of these people, they don't care about you at all, generally speaking. So you must always have that mindset of you would give up these people for all the wealth and fortune of the world. Because at the end of the day, human beings are savages, they're selfish, they're vile, they're vain, and just superficial and stuck up people. Why do you think things on social media like Hot Girl Summer exists? Why do you think things on social media like, oh, the baddest guy gets the most women exists? Why do you think these concepts are around? If people actually cared about decent men, don't you think the most decent men would get respect, loyalty, honor from their family when they're actually working hard to put in the effort to get somewhere in life, when they're helping taking care of them sometimes? Don't you think decent men would have a category, a pool of women to choose from? These men have none of that, like us who grew up and were programmed to have these good qualities. And then what happens? A perpetual state of suffering, the same type of suffering over and over again, the constant heartbreaks, the constant disappointment of not being able to find that one person that we were programmed with, not being able to get the type of admiration and respect from our families, having people that we thought were our friends, our comrades walk out on us, just totally belittle us behind our back. And you still want to keep loving people after you've been through all of this bull crap. Like, you were deluding yourself. You have to get real here. People do not care about you. The only person you need to care about is yourself. It doesn't matter if it sounds selfish or not or whatever. People do not care about you or wouldn't care if you dropped off the face of this earth. So you need to start having this type of scavenger mindset to where you only look to solely have people in your life that you can use. Start using people. Start selling people a dream that you can actually use in your life. And if you can't use them, if they're giving you issues, have nothing to do with them. Discard them. That is the only thing you must look for in this life when it comes to dealing with the modern day person, is using them for utility. You must have a utilitarian mindset on how you approach dealing with people nowadays. Because I can tell you from experiencing, people do not care about your good character. Matter of fact, any good character that you show as a man, any type of love, respect, or if you show that you cherish anyone, you're viewed as weak. You're fair game. You are a duck sitting in the pond to just be pew-pewed at. You are a prey. You're a deer in the forest for people to just chase after. That's all these people are. These human beings are in our society. The everyday average person is a wolf looking to devour you so they can have an ego grab, so they can feel better about themselves. That's why you have people saying, oh, men who are complaining about life being bad, oh, they're not doing enough, They're a bunch of cowards, wussies, They need to pretend like everything's okay. These are weak-minded people who can't accept the fact that reality is trash. These are disgusting human beings that you shouldn't want anything to do with anyway, and you should be willing to use them and get rid of them whenever you can at will, if you ever have the chance to, or not be bothered with them at all. But the point of the video is loving people as a damaged man. You are signing yourself up for a lifetime of failure. You have a subscription lifetime to failure, despair, heartache, melancholy, tears, everything that you think that you can think of as just vile. The type of depressing, miserable existence you can experience. You are signing yourself up for a lifetime subscription of just despair and anguish. And I'm telling you the way to mitigate that right now, so you don't have to go through that as much, so you can have somewhat of a peace in this type of hellish realm that we live in this 3D reality. Focus solely on yourself. Focus on actually developing yourself mentally, spiritually, conscious-wise, learning all you can for your own sake. Because people out here are not concerned with how much of a good character that you have. You think if people were concerned with good character, we would have people in the music industry like Young Thug being promoted. You would have people like Jack Harlow being promoted, Blueface, A lot of these guys that are just thugs and no good, Lil Wayne. None of these people would be getting any type of mainstream time. Like Ice Spice, Taylor Swift. I could just go down the line. None of these people would have careers. No one would even acknowledge their existence if we lived in a just, fair, and righteous world of sorts. This is why the argument of religion, God, politics, changing life, altering it, is nonsense. It's garbage. It's BS. And people who believe in this stuff, they're retarded. And that's just how it is. I'm sorry, but you are living in a state of delusion, a fairy tale. You cannot tell me there is something just and righteous watching over you when you have millions of human beings on the earth going through the most horrid and just darkest things you can imagine, whether that's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. People would not be going through things like this. This is why I say life is like a revolving mirror that is constantly turning with people going in and out of it. You have to be fine with only caring about yourself. This is the mindset you need to survive. Because you have to give up on this idea of this one person's going to come along and change everything for you. Your family life is going to turn around. People are going to start liking you once you do from point A to B. Self-improvement crap. It's not going to happen. Your life experience, what you have observed happen to you in the past, is most likely is what's going to continue to happen to you. And if you don't want it to keep happening to you, you must avoid people and only look to use them. You must become more of a predator than the predators themselves. And yes, I said it. You must become even more of a predator than the predator themselves in order to survive in this type of just dark realm that we're living in. The thing that really just seems to just get to me always, that I find ridiculous, is people always say, you know, the type of love you give to people, the more you let people disrespect you, especially towards men, right? The more that you're more caring, loving, the more you're willing to satisfy others when they're crapping on you, that's when you're going to have good things come into your life. This is the literature of someone to keep being a fool. And that's all these people want to do to you. Why do you think you always see celebrities, people that are no good, your family, your so-called friends, your trashy co-workers always say, oh, keep being good to people even though they're doing you wrong so God can bless you, so good things can come to you? Nonsense. There is nothing of the sort. If anything, good things seem to come to those somehow who don't give a crap about anyone, who don't give a damn what happens to others. That's exactly how it is. And if you're a person that's still trying to love people as a damaged man, you're insane at this point. And it's eating at your brain. See, the thing is, most men, we cannot accept that our good deeds have no merit, they have no deeper meaning or importance to anyone. And that's something that human beings have a hard time understanding. If something has not worked for you, it's time to get rid of that ideal. Why do you think your mind is going through depression? Why do you think you keep having these emotional outbursts inside, where your mind is conflating and just denying the truth? Like, your life experiences are literally the remedy, and your mind is denying it. That's why you have to digest the truth in a very precise way. This is why the majority of men are literally self-deleting at high rates. This is why so many men are drinking, obsessively, getting into just bad addictive habits, because their minds cannot adjust to the fact that they are not wanted or needed. This is why you must be heartless. You must be vile. You must be very, just combative towards people once they challenge you. And you must only care about yourself strictly from now on. Because it's tiring seeing so many of us men give our all to people who don't deserve it. Give your all to yourself. Give yourself your best. Never look outside for any type of validation from any type of woman, from any family member. Forget that. You should be willing to give up all these people in a heartbeat for all the money, the fortune in the world, if we're getting mundane with it, because we literally need money to survive. Money, if anything, is everyone's god now. You can't do anything without of it. So what's the point of loving people if you're not getting a return on the investment? Always do things that benefit you. Care about no one. Once your trust has been broken as a damaged man, there's no fixing that. The only thing that can put the band-aid on it is selfishness at that point. Only caring about black pill truths, doomer truths. Like the fact that men that are unattractive, men that have been unwanted, that have been mistreated their whole life by family, bullied severely, they're always going to feel horrible. And the only thing these men need to do, and most likely you guys are that same type of guy as well like me, you have to be constantly obsessed with only caring about yourself. Selfishness is the key. It's the remedy. It's not a full type of cure for the symptoms that you're going through of this miserable life, this realm that we're living in, but it's an actual remedy that can help partly with what you're going through. And that's really something to think on. And if you don't take this advice and you're watching this, as my old guru used to say, I really don't give a damn. That's on you, you know, because that's the luxuries of only caring about yourself. You're only cool with yourself. You're invested fully in yourself. Invest in yourself mentally. Invest in yourself spiritually. Stop looking outside of yourself for the answers. Look inside, you know, because seeing how you still have these people in society denying these type of truths, it just shows you how backwards and how we are regressing from actually progressing into something better as human beings. But I hope you guys got something out of the video. Like and subscribe if you're new, and really give this video a thought, you know. Quit loving people so much. Quit giving your all to people, you know. If you can use people, if you can get what you want, stick with that, because there is no morality or anything coming to save you, you know. You have to decide for yourself what you want. If you want to continue to put more fuel to your flames and your suffering, go right ahead and keep loving people as a man that's been beaten, broken, and damaged his whole life. Keep going ahead and see just where it gets you. But if you want to mitigate most of that, I would advise you to only care about yourself from now on, and only look for things that you can use for your own benefit, and only relate to those men who go through what you go through. Never relate to other people who don't go through what you go through. And then maybe you can have some type of care and trust with those men. But even then, only care about yourself solely. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Tell me what else you guys want me to elaborate on. I would appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys later. And like I always tell you guys, stay away from the modern woman. Thank you.